Evergage is a very easy tool to get started with and configure and implement. If you're thinking about using Evergage on a website, you're simply dropping a line of JavaScript into the header of your site, across the site, and then you're done. We go and take a week or two and map and configure so we're collecting all the right data and context and can allow that to be personalized. And then the marketer goes and is free to begin personalizing. So very simple setup and implementation. If you're from an e-commerce site, you might be very used to a large and lengthy step of setting up a catalog feed. We can support a catalog feed in Evergage, but it's not required. We can build the whole catalog dynamically from your site. And what's so powerful about that is if you're not from an e-commerce site and you also have a catalog, which we all do, a catalog of content, of assets, of PDFs, of white papers, of products, etc., Evergage is able to capture all of that dynamically without you having to figure out a way to feed it to us. So we pull that all dynamically from the site, and it's part of why that implementation can just be 2 weeks long. All of the information that we're capturing in terms of that catalog of products and brands and categories or catalog of content, all of that's updated in real time in the site. So if something goes out of stock, we know about it and it's not shown in any of our personalized experiences. Similarly, if a new piece of content comes onto the site and it's new and should be sort of brought toward the top, we know about that in real time and can bring it to the top. With Evergage, marketers have a lot of control. We intentionally developed a white box solution, not a black box solution. By that white box, you can see inside it, you can see what's going on, to empower marketers. Marketers have a better sense of their customers, their site, their business than some black box that we can create. And so there are 3 ways in which a marketer can leverage Evergage as a white box. The first is in terms of creating what we call recipes. In Evergage, a recipe is what we call the combination of algorithms with exclusions with boosters that a marketer goes and configures. It's basically the marketer configuring machine learning to apply to their end visitor user as they come to the site. The second is that you can test it in Evergage. Do you really want to put live on your site something completely untested that's just, don't worry, the black box will take care of it? No, you want to test it out before you put it live. And so Evergage lets you, right as you're making that recipe, say, well, for this particular person, you pull a profile out of Evergage, a real person, and say, okay, for this person who has these kinds of interests, well, what would they see if they were here or there? If they were looking at this insurance product, what would they see? If they're looking at this industry on my B2B site, what would they see? You look at it and say, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. No, I want to tune it. And so you can just tune it right there live in real time. And that's the second white box feature. And then the third is, in Evergage, you have a full A/B testing system. It's built in, and you can do your classic kind of A/B testing. But you can also A/B test your personalizations. And so you can actually test the recipes that you've come up with and said, I'm not sure whether this one or that one work better in this situation. Well, split the traffic, show half to one, half to the other, and see, and then pick the winner and let it go. And so at every step of the journey, you're testing and open to seeing what's happening, learning and improving using Evergage.